Alright, what's going on, y'all? This is an Orzhov Clerics build that I ran into in my last video. Decided to build it because it looked strong and fun. So we have all the core Clerics: Luminarch Aspirant, Professor of Symbology, Cleric of Life Spawn, Spellbinder, Valkyrie, and Aura to gain life and other value, especially when they enter the battlefield, because you gain life on ETBs with Cleric of Life Spawn and the Valkyrie. You learn on ETBs with the Professor, and you exile card from your opponent's hand with the Spellbinder. So to abuse those ETBs, we have Kaya, and of course she's just good in other ways, but her +1 means when one of these leaves the battlefield, you get it back to your hand, and then you can play it again, and your 1/1 Spirit token, lots of value. Same with Blood on the Snow, destroy them, then they come back, they ETB again, you get your value. And with Aura out, if we sweep the board, we get a bunch of stuff back. And we also have Pyre of Heroes and Deadly Dispute to sacrifice these things, and then we can get them back with the aforementioned cards, and that can help us find Aura, since we only have 2, but since Pyre can find 1 off of our 3-drops, we get Aura pretty often. No 5-drop Cleric in this version, because they're not super good. Draina is dies to removal a lot, and Hofri is pretty good, but we're just playing 2 colors here, which makes the mana quite a bit better. 2 Vanishing Verse because it's really good efficient removal, and Kaya fills out the rest of our removal with Blood on the Snow to sweep, of course. Learn board is pretty normal. We've got Confront the Past in here because we can get Kaya back or kill opponents' Planeswalkers, and the rest is normal stuff you'd have in a white learn board. 2 Agadeem's Awakenings, so we can get back a 2-drop, a 3-drop, and a 4-drop in the late game. And of course it helps keep our mana good. 24 lands plus the 2 Awakenings is pretty consistent. And yeah, that is the deck. Let's go try it out. Not the fastest hand, but we do have a 2-drop and good things to do after that. Could be worse. Shingling Ghast is pretty good against Spellbinders. Not nearly as good against Righteous Valkyrie. Pretty quick. They might not have Deadly Dispute here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it, so that's good for us at least. That means they have other good things. If they have a Lolth or something, I would like to get that to stop that from happening, so we're going to go for a Spellbinder here, even though the Valkyrie could gain us life. Well, they have 2 gold spans, so that doesn't help much. But they don't have the land. And we can hit another gold span next turn, so let's just take this one. If we take Blood on the Snow but leave them with gold spans, then they get enough mana to do that very quickly anyway. If they use their Ghasts to make a treasure, that means they're not killing my Spellbinder, which is pretty good. Yeah. Okay, so let's stop them from the other gold span. Yeah. Got 3 Spellbinders, I'm making use of them. Yeesh. Crippling Fear and Orcus. That's pretty rough. Though, we're getting close to our own Blood on the Snow. I think we just take the gold span. They probably just want to play Orcus X1 here to clear the Spellbinders. Either way, we look pretty good for Blood on the Snow coming up. Choose Crippling Fear instead. Citizen is a choice you can make, I suppose. Play out the Ghast, so they're back to very little mana. I think what I really want to do here is play the Spellbinder and then sack it to the Pyre. Because they're stuck on 3 lands, so if we can keep Orcus and all that good stuff from coming down, that's pretty good. And if we want to Blood on the Snow soon anyway, it's good to have Aura on board for when we do that. Third Spellbinder, by the way. Am I concerned about another Skullport Merchant? Not really. I think this time we take the Blood on the Snow, because these two both get got by our Blood on the Snow. I guess Skullport Merchant gives them more cards, but they have cards on board anyway, with their current Skullport Merchant and the Ghast, so we'll take their Blood on the Snow. Let's do this now. Having the lifelink blocker is pretty good here. It stops their attacks. It gives us the option of Valkyrie next turn, but we don't have any 2-drops. So sacking the Valkyrie to the Pyre is not great since there's no 2-drops in the graveyard. Could just Blood on the Snow now, but then they have Aura to come back. Not ideal. Then they have an Orcus. Sorry, we have Aura. Our other option is to Righteous Valkyrie. If we attack all in, they might triple block, and then we get a Spellbinder back, which is pretty good. Do we care enough about the 1 life from Valkyrie to play that pre-combat? I don't think so. Yeah. Doesn't make much difference here, I don't think. In whether they block. They don't have many decisions to be made. I don't think they want to get rid of their treasure to draw a card here. And of course then if Aura dies, we can sack a 3-drop to get our other Aura out of the deck. And if they just let us gain life, that's fine too. Although sacking this Aura actually sounds good, because then they're on pretty much nothing. Yeah, let's do it. And then next turn we can get another Aura, so it's fine. Or we can Blood on the Snow to get Aura back. We don't have any 5-drop Clerics in this version, so we don't actually get anything there, but it's fine. I still think it's worth it. They might kill the Spellbinder here and draw a card. No, they want their treasure. Makes sense, because all their spells are super expensive, because we've played 4 elite Spellbinders this game. Now they do it when they don't have to give up the treasure. Makes sense. Or maybe they make the treasure. No, they kill the Spellbinder. Probably correct. Alright, they are up to 7 mana. I block. And they do draw a card if we Blood on the Snow now. I think we want to get Aura before we Blood on the Snow anyway. Guess if we're sacking our Valkyrie, there's no reason not to attack here. a tapped land, so next turn we have Blood on the Snow plus Pyre up. They're drawing the land there is kind of unfortunate, because now they have the mana to Blood on the Snow next turn anyway. Cleric of Life's Bond is a pretty good draw. We can sack it to get another Righteous Valkyrie. And then Righteous Valkyrie can block gold spans. And then it brings back stuff from the graveyard when it dies, which is good. Of course, they don't have anything in hand, so no need to get the Spellbinder here. I don't really want to attack into the 3 Skullport Merchants because we just gain 3 life and Aura dies. And if Blood on the Snow is going to happen, we want Aura to be alive when it does. Second gold span, of course. I want to wait to use our Blood on the Snow for when they've deployed most of their threats. I think we take this block. Alright, total will be getting low, and we do get the Cleric of Life's Bond back. And a Luminarch, which can start buffing our aura, which is pretty good. Counter on the lifelinker. We do have to be aware of the Faceless Haven attack, so I don't want to attack with the Cleric of Life's Bond. So I guess I want to sack the Cleric of Life's Bond. But either way, they could triple block that one, and then we're in a bad spot. With the 4/4 lifelinker, we can race 2 gold spans, especially if it continues to get larger. Though since they have so much mana, they're going to always be able to draw a million cards if we do go for Blood on the Snow. We'll keep that as a backup. Get another Righteous Valkyrie. Do I block this time? I think I want them to play the Orcus. If I threaten to attack with a Righteous Valkyrie, they might be pressured into doing that. And if Righteous Valkyrie sticks around, we get to gain more life, which is good. Now we can play Blood on the Snow on Planeswalkers. Or we draw Kaya. That is also good. So Kaya can exile Lolth. Let's see, if we buff the Righteous Valkyrie, they can't spider it, which is good. And then it can also block gold spans. No. I guess I don't bother attacking Lolth, we go face. Since we have Kaya to kill Lolth anyway. Jumpies. I guess they can stop the lifelink by sacking here.
Aren't I the generous one?
So now we are dead. Unless we Blood on the Snow. Or if we minus on a gold span, we're also not dead. No, we're dead either way because of Faceless Havens. So we do have to Blood on the Snow here. Forgot about the whole sack and block the lifelinker strat. Though this also gains us enough life right? 11. Then we have to block 1, 4, 4. No, they can attack with everything. Unless we exile a gold span with Kaya. Which seems okay. Oh, they sack it, of course, because they have 1,000,000 mana. They don't sack it. Interesting.
And stay gone.
Are they counting something that I'm not? They have a lot of mana, but only 5 snow sources, so they can't kill us with havens. Go for blood on the snow, naming creatures. We get a whole bunch of aura triggers. They get Loth triggers. Do I just go for Righteous Valkyries here? I think so. Try and life gain my way out of it. Guess I should have ordered them differently. That's a major oops with the Righteous Valkyrie coming out last.
Aren't I generous?
Attacks face. Are they going to Orcus X4? It's possible. Yep. But then we have our blood on the snow. And they're at 4.
We will slay our enemies.
Hopefully we draw a 2-drop or something for Kaya to plus onto. They could get greedy and go for the Loth emblem here. I guess that makes their havens lethal if we don't find a blocker.
The light is in some struggle.
We can
You've already
deadly dispute the
lost.
pyre to try and find something. Because otherwise we are dead, because it is not a blocker. Okay. Haven is a blocker, but now we don't have enough mana to Blood on the Snow and power up Haven, so we're done here. Okay, on the play, no early spells, but 3 lands and Spellbinder. I'll try it. And if we survive to turn 5 and 6, we're looking good. Our opponents on mono green, they're going to try very hard to stop us from getting there. Draw something to do at least. Okay, shambles. Use Vanishing Verse. Get double black ready for Blood on the Snow. Thinking optimistically that we're going to draw lands from here. A double Toski. That's not good. The 1-drops they can just play anyway. I guess if they want a Blizzard Brawl, make them use their whole turn on it. Though if they get a land here, they just slam Toski and win, pretty much. Though Vanishing Verse kills Toski, they just get to draw several cards off it first. Though I guess just one if they play it right now. And if they don't play it right now, we're holding up Vanishing Verse. Though if they don't play it right now, they have Snakeskin Veil up to protect it. Alright, so we 2 for 1 with that Spellbinder. We take those. Draw another one. Here it is. Not a land, unfortunately, but our opponent is stuck as well. Am I more afraid of second Toski or Werewolf Pack Leader? I think the Pack Leader is kind of a problem, honestly. Because I need this Vanishing Verse for the Toskis, and we can't stop Toski because they have 2. So we'll take the Pack Leader. They find the land. Same Toski. I do not find a land. I do find a good blocker, though. Do I go for that over Verse here? I think so. And I don't really want to trade my Spellbinder for either of these. Though for either of these and a card looks a lot better. So I guess we pass here. Because it stops them from drawing a card off their Toski. With the Righteous Valkyrie blocker, they might just play Werewolf and pass here. Which would be okay for us. Alright, no cards for them. We like those. Alright, they play Werewolf and pass. And we're not finding lands. Luminarch is really good in this matchup generally. Is it better than getting rid of their Toski, forcing them to cast their second Toski? And the answer is, I think so. Then we're kind of forced to put the counter on the Spellbinder because of the Snakeskin Veil. At what point am I the beatdown? Not yet, I don't think. Still don't want them getting cards. Now we can trade the Pack Leader for the Spellbinder and block Toski with the Righteous Valkyrie. Is the plan. Chariot's a problem. We can burst it though, and the 2/2s aren't that scary. There's a land. Now we can sack something to our Pyre and verse. Guess getting Righteous Valkyrie big enough to block a Chariot is pretty important now. Probably sack the Luminarch to get another Chariot next or after combat here, and then I guess we should Vanishing Verse now while they don't have Snakeskin Veil up. Do I want to attack with the Spellbinder here? I think so. We've successfully stalled the board. Maybe I sack the Spellbinder to go get Aura. That's probably better, actually. Because Aura makes our trades better. And we get to gain 3. Now, do I take out the Toski or the Chariot? I think it's actually the Chariot, since they just play second Toski. They probably don't have many better plays than that anyway. Alright, Faithful saving off the top. They find a Blizzard Brawl. Doesn't look like it. They want to draw off their Pack Leader. Sure. They do get several draws this way. Do I want to lose Aura if they play their Snakeskin Veil? I don't think so. So what we want to do is Aura here, and Valkyrie on the 2-2. As if we block the pack leader, they can pump it and Snakeskin Veil it, so it both kills and doesn't die to our Righteous Valkyrie. And Luminarch's too good to give up. They do get to draw 2 more cards this way, but I think that's the price we have to pay at the moment. They're thinking about something. They might play Inscription. What do you got, opponent? If their turn is just buff Pack Leader for 2 more damage, we're super happy, but they shouldn't do that if they're going to draw 2 more cards. Okay. We get a good number of cards from that. Do I go for the Spellbinder? No, Valkyrie's better here. And now we can Professor to get Environmental Sciences, so we have Kaya available shortly. That's how we want to play this. Oh, it also gets us to 27. That's kind of cool. And we do want land over sacking the Professor to get another Righteous Valkyrie, because Kaya's good. Okay, now what are we buffing here? I guess it doesn't super matter. We should just spread them out. They're not going to Blizzard Brawl through the Valkyrie anytime soon, so we should start making the other things bigger. Do I attack here? I think we can keep playing defense since we have Kaya coming down. Okay, Ranger class can start to go toe-to-toe with our Luminarch, which is annoying. So they get a counter on their Toski, we block it, nothing happens. Unless they have a Blizzard Brawl. They do not. Okay, so now we Kaya to exile Toski. Then they Snakeskin Veil it. We could also Kaya plus. I think we want to Kaya plus. Snakeskin Veil looks pretty bad here.
Death is inevitable.
I think we plus the Professor. It's the one we most want to die.
Ghosting feels weird, right?
Now we have to buff the Valkyrie because next time Toski can kill it. They draw a lot of cards if we attack here. And we're not very close to killing them. I think we need to wait and find more flyers. They grow the Shambler. Yeah, 2 Toskis and Snakeskin Veil is very tough for us to get through, since we do not have Crippling Fear. Though, too late for that anyway, because it's a 4-4. That wouldn't necessarily solve all our problems here. Next turn we can sack the Professor to the Pyre. Alright, they really want to kill Kaya. Not going to. And this allows us to kill their creatures, so this goes in front of the 3/3, this goes in front of the 2/2, and we can save Kaya by possibly trading the Luminarch for their wolf. Is that worth it? I think so. Kaya's really good. They might have an inscription again, in which case, no. And they're done. They cannot deal with us having Kaya. Or they're just a very impatient aggro mono green mage and don't like us stalling the board indefinitely. Lovely times. Good game. Yeah, we'll take this. On the draw is a little unfortunate with a very aggressive hand, but we've got good turn 2, 3, and 4 plays. Plenty of a land. Faceless Haven with 0 snow sources, of course. Love to see that. Okay, our opponent is probably playing some Prismari with the sleeves and all the Storm Giants, which could be a good matchup, could be difficult depending on how many Frostbites and Dragon's Fires they like to run. Not sure what I want to get with the Professor yet, so let's go with the Luminarch. They have Frostbite and or Dragon's Fire. There's something for 2 which targets creatures. They liked not to use it, which is a bit strange. Maybe they'd rather hit it with Prismari command. Yep. They don't like their hand. Bodes well for us. Or they are the kind that wants to have their big spells in their graveyard. Maybe they don't have a way in hand to kill a 4 toughness creature, if we're lucky. Alright, they only get 1 card off their Expressive Iteration. That's good for us. We do have the land drop though. Alright, now I can get our Snarls down. And probably just play Aura here. Hopefully they don't play the Draconic Intervention, as it exiles things, which makes Aura triggers not happen. But if they play Battle of Frost and Fire, now we're looking pretty good. Okay, Flamepainter. Kaya. That's a pretty good answer to Flamepainter, isn't it? Get that out of here.
How hard could it get? Ow.
We also could have used Professor into Reduce to Memory to kill the Flamepainter, but Kaya is a nice draw. It's definitely a better play for us there. Alright, now they find a land off their iteration. It's the 3rd iteration in the top 18 cards. Seems pretty good. And they foretell, which probably means an Epiphany. 2nd Aura, not bad. So we want to plus Kaya here. If I do it on Aura, I suspect it will get hit by a Dragon's Fire. But if they have a dragon in hand, it doesn't matter. I guess we can go to combat first, because if we get up to 27, then it won't matter. Because they'll both get +2/+2. So now we can plus onto Aura. And now we can go for the second Aura to Legend Rule and do fun stuff. Seems like a good plan. I keep this one. We get lots of triggers. Unfortunately, there's only one cleric in our graveyard, so we can't get two back. But now we're at a lot of life. Do I bother with the Professor here? I guess finding more land to have Faceless Haven insurance wouldn't be bad. Although, having it in our hand to reload if they sweep this is also good. We'll just pass here. They pretty much have to sweep this. Epiphanies don't look very good into 3/3 flyers. And also at 37, it's going to take quite a lot of Epiphanies to kill us. Gold spam, sure. You come to a river. I guess they play the ways to get the Flamepainter through.
That's it. I quit.
Kaya goes down. So we'd have to get through both of these birds to get through. For lethal, that is. Which doesn't seem particularly likely this turn. Unfortunately, we don't have the snow sources. If we had enough snow mana to power up Faceless Haven, we could win here. Oh, I miscalculated. We could have gotten through by making one bird unable to block. That's an oops. As it is, I think we just go get Mascot Exhibition. By make it unable to block, I mean by using Academic Probation, which we have for that express purpose. End turn. Need one more snow source for Faceless Haven. Have 4 lethal threats here. 5 if we find an untapped land off the top. Alright, they don't have enough for Epiphany if they attack with this haul, so they are dead, unless they have the Draconic Intervention. Guess they don't, this is their last stand. Good game. Did surprisingly well against Izzet. I guess we didn't run into so many Frostbites and Dragonspires as I predicted at the start of the game.